Hello and guten Tag, Leute. That is German for hello and good day today. My name is Sharon Omboy, and I am the languages coordinator at Passcode Global Consultants. And it's such a happy day because we're finally addressing questions that have been asked by most of you. Is it Germany? Is it USA? That's why I'm here today with the program's director. Please welcome, Mr. Director.
Thank you so much.
I would like to take this opportunity to invite you to tell us more about Passcode. Who is Passcode? What does Passcode do?
Okay, so before I talk about Passcode, let me introduce myself. My name is Humphrey Nkonge, a nurse by profession, registered in Kenya, as well as registered in the US, in the state of Texas, and endorsement in the state of Virginia. At Passcode Consultants, I work as the Director of Programs, and I'll be telling you about what is Passcode and why we exist and what we do. So Passcode Global Consultants is a registered company in Kenya. It's a certified recruitment agency. As well, it is a processing institution that helps you process your international migration. We started in the year 2020 as a nursing processing agency where we have been helping nurses to move abroad. We have USA, Canada, Australia, that is the North American pathways. And as well, we have the European pathways where we help you to move to Germany, Austria, Switzerland. So for nurses who are in sub-Saharan Africa or Asia or other countries that they want to move abroad, we do help them to process, that is to do the registrations, as well as to do the examinations that are needed so that they can move abroad. But as a certified recruitment agency, we are as well able to help other professions to move abroad. So say you are an engineer, you want to move to Germany, you are an IT professional, you want to move to the US, or any profession, we are in a position to be able to help you to process and move abroad. That means that even if you have a semi-skills or trades like plumbing or what have you, we can be able to help you to move abroad by processing your immigration, and you move abroad to work there. As well, we also help in academic applications. That is for people who want to go to move abroad to do masters or degrees or diplomas or PhD. We can as well be able to process that for you through our department that deals with academic applications. So in a nutshell, that is what is Passcode.
Thank you so much, Director, for that insightful information. I believe by now everyone is now well versed with who is Passcode, what does Passcode do, and just to add on something on that, we are located in Nairobi, KTDA Plaza, 4th floor, just opposite Kenya Cinema. So if you want to visit our offices, you can come there and find our experts who are going to guide you through any process that you want to be helped in. Now, at Passcode, we are believers of information is power. So that's why we're here to give you the information that you need, answer all your questions, and make you choose the right pathway for you to go abroad with. We've seen people going to abroad, they're not sure of the type of visa they have chosen, the type of schools they want to go to. And that's why we are here as consultants to help you navigate, choose the right pathway, and of course, make your career better. Because I believe at the end of the day, we all want greener pastures for ourselves. We all want a brighter future for our kids and so on. Now, I want to ask you, our listener, a question. Given a chance, which country would you like to move to? Is it USA? Is it Germany? Is it Australia? Is it Canada? Let us know your answers below. Just comment the country that you want to go to and why. So let us go on. I will jump right into it, Mr. Director.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a question.
Yes, please.
As an individual, I'm fresh out of school, or I'm just graduated with my nursing.
Yes.
How do I start the USRN process?
Yeah, so For quite some time, Passcode Global Consultants has distinguished itself as the go-to institution for nurses who want to move abroad. And there is usually a misconception that exists out there that you cannot be able to move to the US if you are a fresh graduate. But Passcode Global Consultants is actually able to process you to be able to start your immigration journey to the US and actually do the NCLEX examination. So the process is not simple, it's not very simple, but at Passcode Consultants, we have experts who understand the process very well, and they will be able to navigate you through the process in a smooth manner. So basically, once you have graduated, even before you do your NCK examination to get an NCK license, you can start the process. We have a limited number of boards of nursing in the US that can process you even without a license. So it means that you can graduate today and you start your USRN journey tomorrow. But for most of the people we process, they have there are majorly two requirements. We have the graduation certificate and the NCK license. So the moment you have those, we can start your registrations. You don't have to wait for 2 years for you to start the process. So basically, that is what we need, and we start your processes. Just to summarize, we need your graduation certificate with the transcripts, your nursing council registration certificate, nursing council license, and a little money to do the process.
Now, do I need to have any experience before now applying to start with the process? I understand that the process starts with, it has two parts. We have the NCLEX classes and the NCLEX registrations, which has to start with the true merit. So do I need to have any experience for me now to start the process?
That's a very good question. And what we have seen out there is that people have been told that you need 2 years experience for you to start the USRN process. But that is actually not correct, because for you to do the registrations for NCLEX, you just need to be a registered nurse in your home country. That means you have your graduation certificate and you have the registration with the government body that registers nurses, like in the case of Kenya, the Nursing Council of Kenya.
Okay.
So with your registration, you need 0 experience to start the process. You don't need the 2 years experience. And at Passcode Global Consultants, we are able to start your process immediately when you get that license, or you just have your graduation certificate.
All right. Thank you for that. Now, I understand there are very many boards of nursing in USA. Which state board do I choose?
Again, that is an area where people make a mistake when they are choosing a board of nursing. And when you make a mistake, you choose the wrong board of nursing, you're going to lose your money, because once your application is rejected, they are not going to refund your money, and you're going to use a lot of time to navigate through the process.
Okay.
So at Passcode Global Consultants, we have a department that is called NCLEX Registrations Department. So if you are a nurse, you want to move to the US, this department, our experts in this department are going to analyze your transcripts, and through this analysis, we are able to match you with a particular board of nursing, and we choose the right board of nursing for you, so that when we start the registrations, it will be as smooth as possible.
Let's talk about an area that most people have questions in. It's finance, of course. How much will it cost me now to do the whole process till I migrate to USA?
Yes, that's an important aspect of the process for people to know. Of course, this process is not free of charge. There's some fees that we charge as Passcode. As well, there are fees that you are going to pay to different institutions for you to be registered.
Okay.
So if you are a nurse, you want to become a nurse in the US, you need about 250,000 Kenyan shillings. That translates to about 1900 USD, or 1,900 USD. And once you invest that money, you will do the exam, and you become registered as a nurse in the US. So basically, to break down this money, it's inclusive of our fees for a 4-month NCLEX review program, our fee for NCLEX registration processes, the fees for a US institution called CGFNS to do your verification of documents, the fee for registering you with the Board of Nursing in the US, the fee for applying for your exam, you get a document called ATT, as well as the fee for scheduling your exam. And then once you pass your exam, you get a license.
What are you waiting for? That was well stated. Now, let's go to the next part. I have just come to passcode, and I would like to know how long will the whole process take?
Yeah, that's a very important question as well, at the length of the process. And at Passcode Global Consultants, we usually approximate about 6 months. And within 6 months, you are already a USRN. So basically holding everything constant, assuming that you have the money and you have the requirements, within 4, 5, 6 months, you should be able to, you should be done with the process and you pass the NCLEX examination. And then once you pass the NCLEX examination again, Passcode Global Consultants, we are able to link you with an employer and you start your immigration process.
Okay, we are learning a lot because you're giving us insightful information, which now erodes the myths that we have. Because out here, there are a lot of myths, there are a lot of conspiracy theories, and I'm glad that you're here with us as an expert to clarify all that we need to know, so that as we make our next decision, we make our next step, we know now the right place to go, which is Passcode Global Consultants, and we are sure we are going to get the right information. Let's go to the next question. Maybe I'm 75 years and I am not sure if I qualify, or I'm in the age bracket. Do I qualify to go to US? Is there an age limit?
One of the best processes for nurses to do, those who want to move abroad, is actually the US process, because it is among the countries that do not have an age limit. So you'll find a nurse retiring at 63 years or 65 years, and they still have the energy to work. And they will start the process and pass the examination, and they will get a visa to move to the US. Just last year, we had a nurse who was 63 years, and she got a visa to be able to move to the US, and she is currently working. And the beauty, actually, of moving to the US when you are retired is that for most of these people who have retired, they have already done much of what they needed to do in life. I mean, they have grown-up children, so they don't have many expenses like the young people.
Yeah.
So when you find that when these people go to the US, they can decide to work even for just 2 days in a week.
Okay.
And they make a lot of money, and they live very comfortable lives. So it is very, very doable at any particular age.
Okay, that's encouraging, but please, it should be dollars so that it makes us more interested. Now, I'm in a dilemma because I don't know if I should do this process myself or I should trust Passcode. Why do you think I should use a consultancy instead of doing the process myself?
Professional guidance is very critical in this process. We have seen through experience many people trying to do the process by themselves, and they end up messing their documentation. We have seen people lose money. They purchase the wrong items at CGFNS. They apply with the wrong board of nursing. They lose time, they lose money. And you know, in this process of moving to the US via the EB3 visa, it's a first come, first served basis. So the earlier you do the process, the better.
Yeah.
Now, our experts at Passcode Consultants have invested in a lot of research. On a daily basis, we are learning about new things. When boards change their rules and policies, we are very well updated about them. So when you come to Passcode, we analyze your transcripts, we analyze your situation, and we are able to choose the best board of nursing for you. And whenever you are stuck, it is not you to worry about it, how to get out of that situation. It is our experts that are going to help you. So what I have seen is that the people who come to Passcode and they want to do the process with us, the process has been quite smooth. And for those people who have been lucky to be having the money, you find that within 5 months, 6 months, record, they have just processed, and they have become USRNs. So sometimes you may be surprised that someone just came to Passcode for inquiries just the other day, and the next day they are boarding a flight to the US.
Wow. What are you waiting for? this is your chance to make your dreams come true in the USA. I want us to address three myths, some myths about the USRN process. So let's start with with the first one. Do you have to know someone for you to move to USA? USA.
That is something that I have actually seen. I mean, you have a short video on TikTok and someone tells you, connect me. You talk
Yeah.
about jobs, nursing jobs available in the US, and someone just says, connect me,
Yeah.
because that's the culture that some people know. But when you want to move to the US, it's not a matter of you being connected. It's a matter of you following the right process. And once you follow the right process, you find yourself in the US. So you don't need to know anyone in the US. You don't even need to call the Board of Nursing or even need to call the CGFNS. If there is a need to call CGFNS or the Board of Nursing, that is the work of our experts at Passcode, because maybe we are doing a follow-up for you. And the process is just smooth. These are countries that operate with systems and the structures. So as long as you follow the right structures, you find yourself there. And I can tell you that Kenya is one of the countries that has the highest quality of nurses. So the moment you follow the policies and the structures, you sail through.
Now, the other day, a client came to the office and they told us they have seen a video that on TikTok that they can't move to USA with their family. How true are the allegations?
The allegations are very false. I don't have the right word to use because, I mean, they are extremely false. The visa that carries nurses to the USA is actually the strongest visa that we have in the world today. It is called the EB3 visa. And personally, I like calling it the mighty EB3 visa because this visa allows you as a nurse to move to the US with your family, that is your legally wedded spouse, and children below the age of 21. That means that if you are a nurse, you want to move to the US with your family, you have not formalized your marriage. It is very important that you formalize your marriage because the certificate will be needed when you'll be applying for your spouse to move to the US. So it is a myth because you're able to move with your family. And just to add on that, you will find that even some of the nurses who are doing very well in this country, you'll find them processing to move to the US because they want to secure a future for their children. So because the moment you process even at 50 years and you have children who are 16, 17 years, they will be able to join you with that visa and become permanent residents in the US. And the moment you become a permanent resident in the US, you work for 5 years, you qualify to apply for citizenship. And no one is going to deny you the citizenship as long as you don't have a criminal record.
So you're advising us to maintain our records clean.
It is very, very important. If you're a nurse, you are thinking about moving abroad, you need to be careful of even what you're posting in your social media.
Yeah. All right. Now, I'm afraid to start this process because I believe it costs millions of money. Because, of course, when I hear about USA, I'm thinking of I need to have around 15 million, 50 million, 100 million. Now, how true is this information?
Yeah, you know, out there are, say, processing agents that make the process to be expensive, and sometimes you may find people made inquiries to some of these agencies, and they were scared.
Yeah.
They thought that they could not start, I mean, do the process because of money. But the process is very affordable. We are talking about 250,000 Kenyan shillings to do the process. And this process is done within a span of a period. So
Okay.
say about 6 months. And if you don't have all the money at once, you can stretch the process even to 1 year. So this is a process that is very, very doable. You just need to plan yourself. And at Passport Global Consultants, we have an officer who helps you with planning purposes so that you can know when to do one step and when to do the other.
So there's a nurse out there who's not started this process. There's an intern out there who's stranded, wondering what is the next step? What should I do next? What advice do you have for them?
My advice to interns, fresh graduates, diploma holders who have already gotten their licenses is that The earlier you start, if you have a dream of working in the US, the earlier you start, the better. And I say the earlier you start, the better, because this is it is a process whereby the visa is given on a first come first served basis.
Yeah.
Currently, we have a lot that is on the waiting line. And the moment you do NCLEX and we get you an employer, the employer starts the immigration process, files your I-140 petition, you get a ticket to wait on the line. So it means that if you've planned to move to the US, you have not started the process, or you are not in the waiting line, you are delaying. And the more you delay, the more you have many people getting into the line before you,
Yeah.
which means that your wait time lengthens. So the earlier you start, the better. The USA needs you currently as a nurse, and you don't have any more time to waste.
Thank you for that, and thank you for your time. We really appreciate the insightful information. Nurses are people who are seen to be caring for others, but who cares for nurses? So that's why at Passcode Global Consultants, we're always looking out for you, nurses. We always want to give you the best deals. We're always looking for the best employers, the employer who has the best rates. So don't be left out. This is your call. This is your message. You, as a nurse, as an intern, a fresh graduate, you've not started the USRN process. Reach out to us today via our numbers. We have 2547 68 184 141. The other number is 2547 26311 477. Reach out to us today, and we are going to help you navigate through the processes smoothly. Now, Anas, and I'm not comfortable with going to US for maybe personal reasons. I don't want to go to Australia. I don't want to go to Canada. Which other pathways would you advise nurses to choose?
There are many pathways that nurses can choose from. There are many countries where nurses can go and work today. In fact, I was reading an article the other day, and I was seeing that Netherlands needs nurses. The only thing is that they need them to speak Dutch. Yeah, Finland. We have nurses who are working in Finland and doing the USRN process to move to the US. Poland, the same. Qatar. Yeah. If you think about Europe, we have Germany, we have Austria, we have Switzerland, we have Luxembourg, and actually for these 4 countries in Europe, you just need to study German language.
Yeah.
And now, since you are the coordinator for German pathways, why don't you tell nurses how they can move to Germany?
Vielen Dank. That means thank you so much. So I will start by teaching you a little bit German. We call it ein bisschen Deutsch.
What did you say?
Ein bisschen Deutsch. So that is a little bit German.
Okay, go ahead, please.
So we'll start with greetings. And for good morning, you say Guten Morgen.
Guten Morgen.
So I will ask you Guten Morgen, Herr Humphrey.
Guten Morgen, Frau Sharon.
Ah, you're a fast learner.
Thank you.
The next greeting is Guten Tag. That means good day. The other one is Guten Nacht.
Guten Nacht.
Yeah, that is good night in German. And then the next thing I will teach you guys is sich vorstellen. That means self-introduction. So you can introduce yourself in 3 ways. You can say Ich bin Sharon. So Ich bin is one. Ich bin Sharon. So I ask you, wie heißt du? You can introduce yourself in 3 ways. The first one is Ich bin Sharon.
Ich bin Humphrey.
Very nice. So I will ask you, wie heißt du? So you say Ich bin Humphrey. That is one. You can say Ich heiße Humphrey.
Ich heiße Humphrey.
Yeah. Then you can say Mein Name ist Humphrey.
Mein Name ist Humphrey.
Very nice. So wie heißt du, Herr Humphrey?
Mein Name ist
That is my director, guys. So let me explain now about the German pathway for nurses. That was your
German
question.
pathway for nurses. How nurses can move to Germany?
Okay, noted. So for you to move to Germany as a nurse, you just need 2 things. The first thing is German language, B1 certificate. In German, we say B1 Zertifikat.
B1 Zertifikat.
Yeah. Then the other thing you need to have is you need to be a licensed nurse in your respective country. I did not talk about experience because that is not a necessity. In Germany, you just need these two things. You do German language, so it means you're going to do 3 modules. You do A1, you do A2, then you do B1. Then that takes approximately 8 months. Then just add another month because the exam takes 1 month to be out. So that is another month. Now you have 9 months. And once your results are out and it's a pass, we just need 4 to 6 months only for us to get you an employer to Germany and relocate to Germany and start your career in Germany. For nurses, this is actually the shortest pathway. The only obstacle there is just German language learning. And trust me, guys, German language is very easy. You just need to find the right tutors, find the right resources. At Passcode, we have all that. We have the resources, we have the tutors, we have both online classes and physical classes, and we are more than willing to help you navigate this process and become a licensed nurse in Germany.
Wow. So did you say that a fresh nurse from school is eligible to move to Germany?
Yes, that is absolutely right. You, as a fresh nurse, you just graduated maybe yesterday, the other month, last year. All you need to do is learn German language up to B1. We have classes at Passcode, and we also help with getting employers. I actually have some good news to share because we actually got our near license. So
Please tell them.
yeah, we actually got near licensed. So it means we are a recruitment agency and we already have employers in Germany. So all you need to do is come to us. Are you a nurse? You already have your B1 certificate. Just visit our offices, give us a call, and we are going to help you through this process in a very short time.
So the other day we had someone coming to the office and they had been told or they had rumors that as a nurse, as a diploma nurse, you cannot work in Germany. Is that correct?
So let me start by talking about the Bible, because the Bible says, "My people perish because of lack of knowledge."
Yes.
And at Passcode, we have all the knowledge that we need to dispense to our clients. So to answer your question in a nutshell, that is wrong information. Because anyone can move to Germany, whether you're a degree holder, whether you're a diploma, whether you're a CNA, the only thing you need to have is German language. Yes.
So that is Germany. Can diploma nurses as well move to Austria, Luxembourg, Switzerland?
Interesting question, because once you get the visa to Germany, you can move to any German-speaking country. So you can go to Germany, work for a few months, then relocate to Luxembourg. But now, do not terminate your contracts if your contract states that you're supposed to work in Germany for 3 years. Once you're done, you can now start moving around. But with that visa, you can move to any country for travel.
Okay.
So you can go to any German-speaking country to visit.
So if I am a Kenyan nurse, I want to move to Germany, and
Yeah.
with me I have a spouse and 2 or 3 children. Am I eligible?
Yes, you are. The only thing that limits you is the amount of money you're getting. So for you to move to Germany with your family, you need to earn an amount that can support your dependents. Yes.
Wow. So if I'm moving with my family, does my family need to learn German language?
Yes, they need to, at least an A2 level. In German language, there are different levels. We have A1, A2, B1, B1, B2, C1, C2. So for you now to go with your family, they will join you with something called family reunification visa. So they just need to do German language up to A2 because Germans speak German language. So you need to be able to converse or hold a conversation
With them?
with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do I learn the language as a nurse? Say I want to go to Germany. Can I just go to YouTube and learn the language, or how do I learn the language? And what levels of language are required?
Very good question, and that's where Passcode Global Consultants come in, because we have online, or we have classes, German language classes. We have both online classes and physical classes. So for our physical classes, they are located in our regional offices in Nairobi. So we have a classroom designated for German language classes, German language lessons only. Now, for the online program, we are proud to have the best program in the country because there's one special feature about our program. All our classes are recorded. So maybe you're on a transit, you're unwell, you're not able to attend a class, you can always listen to our recordings on our e-learning portal. And something very interesting is because at Passcode, we have both local and international tutors. So you get to learn the accents or the dialects directly from our international tutors and also benefit from our local tutors. So you get to, we have an integrated program where you get to learn from both the Germans and the Kenyans as well.
That sounds very interesting. Do you provide materials for learning for someone who is learning with you?
Yes, we do. And we actually have books that we're selling at 1,000 bob Kenyan shillings. So where if you're interested, reach out to us via the number on the bio and we're going to guide you. For our students, the package they pay for classes is inclusive of the e-learning portal and the materials as well. Yeah, so just to add something, in our program, we have two cards and the end of module exam, which is administered physically. So yes, we have the materials.
So if someone has been preparing themselves, maybe they have been studying German language somewhere else, or they studied sometimes back, but they have not done the exam. That is the certification exam. If they need a refresher course before they do an exam, do you offer such kind of a thing?
Yes, we do. Actually, thank you for reminding me about that because we have a revision and exam preparation and we also have a refresher course. So if you're about to test and you want an exam preparation, we also have that. If you want a refresher course for a month, two, we also offer that. So you just need to reach out to us and we're going to guide you on how to go about it. So we have to analyze what level did you stop at. We have to give you an assessment to understand what refresher course you need.
So say I'm a nurse, I've come to Passcode, I've studied German language, and now I need to move to Germany. Do you help someone to get an employer and with the migration process?
Yes, we do. Um, I can confidently say that we are near licensed. So that means we are a recruitment agency and we are actually in partnerships with hospitals in Germany. So all you need is your B1 and your certificate, active license, and we are going to get you an employer in a very short period.
Wow, that is very interesting. So you can hear from the horse's mouth that Germany is very open for nurses. If you are a fresh graduate, if you are a nurse who is practicing,
Yeah.
you are an intern, you are a diploma holder, degree holder, the only thing you need to do is to learn German language up to level B1. And you start your journey of immigration to Germany. And you go and start earning in euros. And at Passcode, I understand that if a nurse wants to work in both Germany and the US, they can start with Germany, and then as they work in Germany, we process them for the US.
Yes, and we
Is
have
that possible?
Yeah, and we also have the USRN pathway. So we'll also be processing their documents. So we'll transition them from Germany to US.
So as a nurse, you can decide to start with the German pathway, go work there. As you work there, we process your USRN pathway. So at this point, I'm a bit interested to know how do these two pathways compare?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a nurse there who is asking themselves, do I do the US process? Do I do the German process?
Yeah.
What would be your advice to them?
My advice to this nurse will be very simple. First of all, we have to understand the end goal of this person. We also need to check things like age. So we have to check your age at this point, because for Germany there is an age limit. So if you're above 45, you cannot work as a nurse in Germany. So those are some of the things we look at. We also look at people who have maybe people who just want to go and retire. So for such kinds of nurses, USA is the best pathway for them. But for young nurses, you know, young souls are full of energy. They want to explore. They want to move from one country to another. Germany is their pathway because once you have the visa to Germany, you can move to any German-speaking country. So you can do your Urlaub. Urlaub is vacation in German. You can decide to go to Luxembourg. You can decide to go to Austria. So yeah, that would be my advice to them.
The other thing that we look at when you want to consider whether you want to move to Germany or the US is what is tying you currently in where you are.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
do you want to move faster or you can afford to wait?
Yeah.
So if you can afford to wait, then US is a good bet for you.
Yeah.
But if you want to move faster, think of Germany. So maybe one question that nurses do ask a lot is about the pay in the US versus Germany, the work-life balance, salary, social life, you know, and we can talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
So for the US, if you are a nurse with zero experience, you are starting, you say you have like 1 year experience, because of course, as you do the process, you will be gaining experience where you're working. You start at about $35 per hour. In Germany, the payment system is a bit different from what we have in the US. So in the US, they pay every 2 weeks, but in Germany, they will be paying you per month. So when you're starting, you're getting around 2,500, 2,900 euros per month. When it comes to work-life balance, of course, Germany has better work-life balance than the US. It is one of the countries in Europe that is usually ranked, I think, the best in terms of social life.
Sure.
Yeah. But when it comes to the US, utakimbia kidogo, utakimbia US. When it comes to, what else were we comparing?
Culture.
Culture for someone like a Kenyan, maybe who have been brought up in an English-speaking country, since we borrow some things from the US, they will not have a very much hard time understanding culture in the US. But of course, the US is a highly multiracial nation. So different cultures, you find them there. When it comes to Germany, it's purely German culture. So you have to learn German culture. Again, we have a transitions program at Passcode where we help you to learn German culture before you migrate to Germany. What else were we comparing?
You forgot to mention that at Passcode, before anyone leaves the country to go start their life afresh, we have to train them on how to go about culture shock.
Yes, exactly. In fact, culture shock is sometimes underrated, but it is very, very important. And at Passcode, we take it very seriously. You'll be surprised that even our nurses who are moving to the US, we have to address the issue of culture shock. And maybe to give an example, one of the shocks that people get is when it comes to language. Because nurses will move to the US thinking that they know how to speak English. Until a mzungu akwambie,
give me water.
Give me
water.
Water.
Wow.
Or you want to ask your patient whether they need water. Then you like, do you need water?
And then they're wondering.
They will not understand what you're talking about. So guys, when our brothers and sisters migrate to the other side and they change their accent, let us understand them.
It's true. Even for us Germans, when you speak to me in English and then I don't understand, just understand where I'm coming from.
Very, very important. Very interesting to hear about nursing pathways. Now, what about someone who is not a nurse and they're interested to move to Germany? Do we have pathways for them?
You mean someone who's just fresh out of school?
Probably fresh out of school, or someone who is just working out there. But maybe we can start with someone who is fresh from school. Can they move to Germany?
Yes, they can. And actually, this program is very interesting. It's a program called Ausbildung.
Ausbildung.
Yes, Ausbildung.
Okay, sometimes when I talk to people and you tell them Ausbildung, some of them hear as if you're talking about house building. Are they related?
No, apparently they are not. Ausbildung is just a German word that means vocational training.
Vocational training.
Yeah, so it's a dual training where you get to study and work at the same time. So there are 3 requirements that you need for you to qualify for Ausbildung.
So in other words, you're telling us who qualifies to apply for Ausbildung.
Exactly.
Okay.
So there are 3 things. You need to be between the age limit of 18 to 35 years of age. You need to have German language. Minimum requirement is a B1, but for Ausbildung we encourage B2 because it's very competitive. It's very we need to make sure that your chances are very high. So you need to have a B2, but I started by saying a minimum requirement of B1, and then you need to have at least a C- and above in your high school certificate. So those are the 3 requirements you need for you to qualify for Ausbildung.
So the moment I meet those requirements, I can apply for Ausbildung.
We actually help with the applications as well.
Okay.
Yes.
So you have said minimum age 18 to 35 years.
Yeah.
Language level, at least a minimum of B1.
But B2 is most advisable.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what was the third one?
The third one you need to have at least a C- and above in your high school certificate.
Perfect. So when we talk about Ausbildung, which courses can someone do in this line of studying German?
Very important question. So all courses are offered. We have all courses for Ausbildung, but we look at the most marketable courses because we don't want to take someone to Germany, do Ausbildung, and then they're stranded. So we have the most marketable courses. We have the first one in line is nursing. Then we have IT. Then we have hospitality. Then we have engineering. So by engineering, we have mechatronics, we have civil, those are the major ones. And lastly, we have the logistics. So those are the 5 major Ausbildung programs that once you go to Germany, your likelihood of you being maintained in Germany is very high.
So we are saying that Ausbildung is not only for nurses.
It is not. That is
because out there are people who have been told that Ausbildung is for nurses. In fact, they are calling it nursing Ausbildung.
No. So nursing is just a child, is just a subsidiary that is there for Ausbildung. But it doesn't mean that all programs, that the only Ausbildung offered in Germany is nursing.
So how does the timelines look like for Ausbildung? Say, for example, if I start today, I'm a Form 4 leaver, I want this path of Ausbildung, I come to Passcode Consultants and I start my German classes. When are you seeing me going to Germany?
All right, so there are 2 things that determine that here, because for Ausbildung we have 2 intakes. So we have the March cohort and we have the October cohort. So people who move to March are probably, their visa starts functioning on February. The other ones going in October, their visas are valid from September. So on Matters intakes, those are the 2 intakes that we have. Then now on the timelines for learning German language, we have A1 takes 2.5 months. We have A2 takes 2.5 months. We have B1 3 months, and then B2 takes 4 months because B2 is in 2 parts. We have B2.1 and we have B2.2.
Okay.
So approximately 12 months. Yeah.
So when I go to Germany and I complete my program for Ausbildung,
Yeah.
Will I be allowed to stay in Germany after that? And what benefits will I get?
Actually, that is one of the most frequently asked questions. So once you go to Germany with Ausbildung, you're going with a student visa. It's actually one of the most frequently asked questions. Thank you for bringing that up. So once you go to Germany with Ausbildung, you go with a student visa. Now, let's say you've gone with a student visa and you're doing nursing Ausbildung.
Yes.
So once you're done, you now transition to work visa. So you now shift from student visa and you now start using the work visa, which allows you, which is actually a roadmap to permanent residency in Germany. Yeah.
So you are saying that someone can use Ausbildung and become a permanent resident in Germany?
Yes, actually, most of our students use Ausbildung and then they transition to work visa, and they are now living very good lives in Germany.
That's very interesting. So, one myth that I hear people talking about is that only Form 4 leavers can use the Ausbildung pathway. Is that correct?
No, that is actually very wrong, because when you look at the age bracket for people who qualify for Ausbildung is between 18 to 35. So as long as you're just between that age bracket, you qualify. Yeah.
So what advice do you have for people who are in this age bracket and they have the qualifications?
I advise them to reach out to us today and start your process. Germany is full of greater opportunities. Even when you look at the permanent residency in Germany, the only thing you need to have is at least 5 years in Germany, and you qualify to apply for
Does the time when you are a student count?
Yes.
Wow.
So that includes all the 3 years. For most Ausbildung programs range from 2.5 years to 3 years. So once you're done and you've worked for 2 years, you qualify to apply for a PR in Germany.
All right, that's very interesting. What about, I was wondering when you were talking about Ausbildung and you said it's a study visa.
Yeah.
Now we have someone who is a professional. They have their degree, they have their diploma, and they want to move to Germany, not to study,
Yeah.
but probably to work.
Yeah.
Can you help such a person, and how would you help them?
Yes, we can. We have a visa called Chance Karte.
You said what?
Chance Karte.
Chance carte.
Yeah, I'm going to use a lot of German terminologies here because, I belong in Germany. So, Chance Karte,
Chance carte.
Chance Karte, yeah, is a job search visa. Just the word is ambiguous, but in simple terms, it means job search visa.
Okay.
So you can move to Germany. Maybe you are an accountant, maybe you're a CNA, you want to move to Germany, and you do not qualify for Ausbildung. So you're going to use our Chance Karte. It's a point-based system. So the more points you have, the higher chances you need for the more points you have, the higher chance you have of getting the visa.
Okay.
So the points are based on your age. If you have a degree and a master's, the more points you have. If you are
So higher education gives you more points.
yes, then the age. If you're if you're below 50, you will automatically get more points.
So the younger you are, the more the points.
Yes. Then you also need to have a German language at least A1 or at least an A2 level.
The lowest.
Sorry. Yeah.
The lowest.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you have an A2, the more points you have. Remember, this is point based. So we're looking at you getting more points for you to qualify for this visa.
I think it's already interesting, and I'm wondering, does someone need a job offer to use this visa?
No, you do not, because you're actually going to look for a job in Germany. And something very interesting, you also don't need to have German language. This is something that most people don't know. You can go to Germany via this visa using English. So you just need to do an English proficiency test, the likes of IELTS,
Do you offer
PT.
that?
Yes, we do. We have actually experts, and we not only help with the exam, we not only help with the classes, we also help with exam booking and exam preparation.
Okay, that's very interesting. You can hear that people who want to move to Germany as professionals and you don't have a job offer, or you are not willing to wait until you get a job offer, you can move to Germany via the job search visa or chance carte.
Yeah.
So once someone uses a chance carte to move to Germany, yeah, they go and start looking for a job there, because I understand this visa allows you to go and look for a job while you are there.
Yeah.
Once they get a job, are they able to convert this visa now to a work visa?
I actually forgot to mention something very important. For you to qualify for Chance Karte, you need to have a blocked account. So a blocked account is an account, is a money that you need to have in your account, but you give it to the German embassy so that they reimburse you every month. Because remember, you're going to look for a job.
So you give them to keep for you?
In not so many words, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you are not like paying for this visa with that kind of money?
No, this money is yours.
It's your money?
Yes.
Okay.
So if you land to Germany today and in 1 month's time you have a job, all that money is now refunded to your account.
Okay.
Yeah. So you need to have approximately 1.3 million Kenyan shillings in your account. So it's always remitted to you on a monthly basis.
Okay.
Once you get a job, they refund your money and you now shift to a work visa.
Okay.
Yes.
And how long can someone stay in Germany with a job search visa if they are not getting a job?
There are two timelines here. You can either be there for 6 months. If you've taken your if you applied for 6 months, then you should be there for only 6 months.
Okay.
But the most advisable one is for 1 year. Yeah.
All right. So what advice do you have for people who meet the eligibility criteria for chance card?
I would advise you to get in touch with us, and we are going to advise you on how to go about it. We're going to actually do the applications for them. We also have the IELTS training. We also help them book the IELTS exam. In short, we are a jack of all trades. So once you come to us, we are going to guide you on how to go about this kind of a visa.
Okay.
And make sure you go to Germany in less than 2 months.
Thank you so much. Now, there's a category of people who are saying that they want to go to Germany, not through Ausbildung, not through job search visa, but they want to go and study. Maybe someone wants to go and do a master's. They have a degree. They want to go and do a master's in Germany. Can you help those kinds of people?
Actually, do you know one fun fact about Germany is that education is very affordable.
Very affordable, you say?
For Ausbildung, you don't pay anything. Education is free of charge. But now for people who want to upgrade, maybe I have an undergraduate here in Kenya in journalism, and I want to go upgrade to a master's, you actually pay very minimal amount of money.
Yes.
If you go to a public university. Of course, if you're going to a private institution, the fee will be high. But there are very many public universities in Germany, and the fee is very affordable. Yes, so my advice to them will be reach out to us. We have experts who deal with these educational pathways, and we're going to get you to Germany. Trust me.
What do they need for them to be able to go and study in Germany? Higher education.
So they need to have the undergraduate, of course. They need to have blocked accounts. And also need to have an offer letter, not from the university they're going to.
But you help them to get an offer letter,
Yes,
right?
we do.
Okay.
Because we actually do the applications for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. So, guys, as you have heard, Germany is one of the countries that has very many pathways that you can use to move to Germany.
Yeah.
In fact, anyone can move to Germany.
In fact, just anyone.
Anyone.
Yourself included.
So what you need is just come to Passcode Global Consultants. Yeah. We assess which is the best pathway for you. There are some people who are going to qualify for Ausbildung. Others are going to qualify for Chanskarte.
Yeah.
Others are going to qualify for job search, work visa. And we also have business people.
Yeah.
They qualify for EU Blue Card.
Yeah, yeah.
We can help you to apply for that. So Germany is currently very open for people from African countries.
Yeah.
And this is the best time for you to process your migration to Germany. Basically, the only thing you need is German language, and Passcode Global Consultants, we got you covered. So if you want to start these processes, you can always come to our office, KTDA Plaza, 4th floor, or you can call our numbers 0726 311 477, 0768
184 141.
184 141, and 0791 126 717.